In Estonia, more and more people realize that the real value of an apartment is not only its square meters, but its layout. The feeling of space, the logic of the rooms, a comfortable kitchen, a proper bathroom, all of this often depends not on the furniture, but on the walls. And this is exactly the area where you should not move a single step without a proper project and a clear understanding of Estonian building regulations. Our work starts with a redesign project. For an apartment or a commercial unit, we prepare a full project where we immediately take into account which walls can be altered, where the utilities run, how to turn the kitchen or combine rooms, so that later you do not have to legalize anything retroactively. Under the building code, any substantial changes to load-bearing structures and the layout must be reflected in the project and approved by the local municipality through the National Construction Works Register. Once the project is ready, we submit all necessary documents to the Estonian Construction Works Register. This is the system through which, in Tallinn, construction notices and permits are issued whenever something needs to be rebuilt, demolished, or legalized after the fact. We take care of the document package, communication with the officials, and follow the process through until approval. For the owner, this boils down to one simple thing. You don't need to figure out when a simple construction notice is enough, when a full building permit is required, or how to answer supervision questions correctly. We handle that for you. Another important block is demolition and everything related to it. In many older Estonian buildings, standard prefabricated bathroom cabins are still in place, and removing them is the first thing a new owner usually wants. We dismantle these cabins and prepare the base for a new bathroom or shower, taking into account waterproofing, ventilation, and safety requirements. If the kitchen needs to be moved, for example from a small dark niche into the living room, we design the routes for water, sewage, and electricity so that the new kitchen is not only beautiful, but also compliant with regulations. The most sensitive part is working with load-bearing structures. Cutting new door openings or openings between rooms in load-bearing walls, reinforcing them with steel structures, demolishing partitions and entire sections of walls is always an engineering task. The price there depends on many factors. Which floor the apartment is on, how many openings are needed in total, whether people are living in the apartment or it is empty during the works, whether there is a lift in the building, and whether the existing flooring and finishes need to be preserved. We bring in a structural engineer, calculate the loads, choose the reinforcement scheme, get the changes approved in the project, and only then start demolition. If required, we also carry out more complex solutions. For example, cutting openings between floors when combining two levels into one property. This is where architecture, structural engineering, and law meet. The building must remain safe, and the documents in the Construction Works Register must match the actual situation on site. Finally, after demolition, we can take over the full cycle of finishing works. Leveling walls and ceilings, new floors, plumbing, electrics, and final finishes. In other words, you do not end up with a chaotic renovation of unclear legal status, but with a well-designed new layout, a proper project, approvals, and a clean finish that you can confidently show and rent out. Put simply, in Estonia we cover the entire path from the idea, I want a normal layout, to a completed, fully legal and market-ready apartment. Design, submission of documents to the Construction Works Register, demolition of complex structures, reinforcement, and, if the client wishes, a full turnkey renovation.